What's up, gang? So today I'm debunking a myth. It's keep your head down. What does that even mean? Why do we do it? I'm gonna tell you why it's ruining your back and why it's ruining your fact that you still have a chicken wing because of it. Personally, I think this is what amateurs do to other amateurs, so they get in their buddy's pocket and take their money. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna tell you about how not to keep your head down and how to hit the ball better, more solid, and save your back. But before I tell you to do that, go like and subscribe below. Let me know that you're here. Let me know what you think about the videos, so that way I can keep producing great content for you guys. Leave a comment below what you want to see, so that way I make sure I'm making stuff that you guys want to hear about and I can help your golf games. So make sure you go like and subscribe below. Let's jump into this video and let's tell you how we're not going to keep our head down and hit it better than your buddies and start taking their money. So one of the top 5 most annoying things I hear coming through the door is, I gotta keep my head down, I gotta keep my head down. I can give you a list of 27 different ways of why that's not true, but just watch this. So if I had to keep my head down, would I be able to look at the camera and stripe a 7-iron? So the problem with your head down is that it leads to a lot of postural problems. And we can't utilize a lot of the ground the way we want to when we hit the ball. So if you're being told, keep my head down, you need to fire that buddy, because he probably can't, break 100, be my guess. But when you get set up, the head down mentality gives you the chicken wing view at the impact. Everybody kind of wants to get away from. You get that nice little crisp chicken wing with the barbecue sauce on the side. So if that's part of your problem, the head down thing's probably hurting that too, right? The other thing, if your lower back's starting to hurt because you're trying to keep your head down through the hit and your lower back's starting to give you some problems, probably from that same thought. Keeping your head down mentality restricts us from being an athlete. Now, am I saying that you got to get to the top and stand straight up in your downswing? No, we're not trying to do that either. The point is that even the best players in the world, once they make contact, they're standing up to their follow through. They get through about, maybe depending on where they are, to about shaft parallel if they're an under golfer, or somebody that has a little more rotary as their ballpark usage, right, for the ground. They get to about here, and they'll probably stand up a little bit later than somebody who has a grip more on top of the golf club. So a player that has more on top grip, or quote unquote weaker grip, they'll tend to stand up a little bit sooner, but it's still not early extension. It's just their head's going to have to come up so that they can utilize the force and utilize the ground, right? And we're not talking Star Wars force. We're just talking about using the ground in a vertical, rotary, or lateral motion. So a lot of times, if you struggle with that chicken wing kind of look, I've seen players that try to keep their head down, their chest doesn't rotate, their arms pass their body, and then you get that crimpled up chicken wing look. As soon as I tell a player to stand up, this left side starts to relax. And a lot of that's because when they start their stand-up routine and they start to get more vertical sooner, the left arm can start to straighten out. A lot of that chicken wing look is because their body's too low to the ground and they haven't started pushing up, so they can't elongate their arms. So you get to the top and let yourself get taller in your finish. You'll feel more extension. Everybody made fun of Tiger and his glutes, right? You'll get taller into the finish. And so what I tell people to start to feel is when you get to your finish, feel like you stand up and get your shoulders level, square them off, and look where you're going. And if you're the type of golfer that gives it a strike and you kind of give it this look, and you're still looking down and then you kind of look up late, right? That's the one that I call it looking into the Grand Canyon, because they'll get in there, hit it, look down into the hole, right? And that's the one we don't want. So a good feeling, a good thought is when you get to your, in your downswing, feel like you finish looking up. And if you feel like you look up towards the trajectory you want, you'll probably start hitting higher, better quality shots. Now, for the lower back players, right? The guys that have the issues in their low back and they struggle with some back pain, if we try to stay down in posture, it's not just as simple as from the down the line view, just bending over. Staying in posture requires bending to the side, rotating, extending and flexing. So there's a lot to go on in our torso that stays in posture. And so if I'm trying to stay in posture throughout the swing, I have to bend to the left a little bit when I rotate back to stay in posture in the down the line view. But then when I go back to getting posture, it's not bending over and staying bent over. It's tilt, turn, turn, tilt, and turn and tilt the other direction. So I have a lot of tilting and turning to happen to stay in posture, and it's not just keeping my head in the same place and staying down, okay? And so when we're trying to talk about the postural portion of it, yes, some players will get their butt on the line and have a lot of tilt through impact and keep their head still through the hit. That is true. You also have players that start to get their head a little bit taller. Their butt might still be back, but their head's going to go up a little bit. That's fine as well, as long as it matches up to their delivery action and matches up to how they're built. And so if you're finding that your back's in a little bit of pain, or if you're finding you're not getting the strike you want, get it to the top, and then I call it tug of war. I've stolen that one from Tischler, E.A. Tischler. You get to here, you start to feel like you're playing tug of war somewhere after the golf ball, about 2 feet to shaft parallel, depending on who you are. Start to get to where you play tug of war, relax your shoulders and swing up and get your shoulders level. So again, it's that thought of getting your shoulders more level post-hit that'll allow you to relax. And you might be like, Coach, if I get my shoulders level, I'll come over the top. Well, maybe if you go this way to it, right? But what I'm saying is you don't want your right shoulder to stay under the whole way to the hit to where your chest points to the right and your shoulders are still tilted down with your right shoulder tilted down to the golf ball. You want to get to the hit, make contact, level those shoulders off, and swing it around your body more. So if you do something like that, it'll look a little more like this for a good finish with the shoulders staying level. And what you'll notice too is that your shoulders will come around more into your finish. So again, that head staying down thing is a bunch of hogwash. And you need to fire your buddies, and I hope everybody shares this to their friends. And if you like the tip, please share it with your friends and like and comment below. And let's see what we can do to help your buddies stop spreading this rumor about keeping your head down, because that one just needs to go away.